What's up guys, Lifting here. I received this comment here a few days ago. I love these, by the way. So I set out to see if this person was actually right. Can I really spread misinformation or even lie to you guys? Oh man, I hope not. So I set out, and here's my story. So, it starts with me having just spent all my currency paying for a one-on-one interaction with that hedge whore of a woman, Nessa, in Lion's Eye. I was trying to convince her that it's not the size of the boat that matters, it's the motion of the ocean, man. She disagreed. Fortunately, Orthiel, from that god-forsaken place called Twitch, forwarded me 100 chaos orbs. Not that it's a lot for rich people like me, but I took them regardless. To make him happy, of course. So to prove my point, I started by removing all my clothes, to the point where it got too sexual and I had to take it before. I then went to purchase the weapon, my dear old lead sprinkler. I found one for just 7 chaos. A laughable sum. After that, it was unfortunately time to put on some armor on this beautiful body of mine. Here I searched for a 5-link, because I understand the plebs cannot afford a 6-link. I wanted strength and some elemental resistances, and of course some life on it. And lo and behold, there was quite a lot to choose from, but I settled on this magnificent breastplate here for only 5 chaos. With this purchase and the lead sprinkler, I was now down to 88 chaos orbs. I then went to buy the Mechanord gloves. There was one available for 1 chisel. However, being the upper-class marauder that I am, I simply refused to trade for such lowly currency to prevent associating myself with those type of people, of course. I instead asked the guy who had one available for 1 fusing. Now it was time to buy a shield, because what self-respecting marauder can take himself seriously wearing a waffle with a spider on his shield? Not this one, that's for sure. So instead, I went looking for something with a good life roll, strength, and of course lots of resistances. The outfit needs to match, of course. Unfortunately, the noobs didn't have one for sale to my liking. So, eventually having to lower my standards to get what I required, I eventually found this one, sold by the fine gentleman Omsiditz. I was now down to 86 chaos orbs. After that, I must admit, I started fantasizing about some of that Elder Ring, if you know what I mean, my dear fellow. I went to the dark alleys of PoE trade. Here I found what I wanted. His name was Pokerchip, and he was clearly addicted to chaos orbs, and would do anything to get it. After about 5 minutes time, I offered him 5 chaos orbs for his service. I was now down to 80 chaos orbs, and it was time to get some boots, and if possible, some high-heeled ones. Now I had strict requirements for these. I wanted at least 20% movement speed, life, and lots of resist so that the poor people wouldn't be able to infect me with all their filthy diseases. Uncultured swine they are, if I must say so myself. Savages. And for good measure I also got some strength on these in case I would need to beat some civilization into them at a later time. I was now down to 78 chaos orbs. Now, knowing that the Blosa Bella, Lady Asusara, was in town, I wanted to impress her with a new necklace, for myself of course, not her. And speaking from experience, there's nothing that gets the bobtails wet as a pendant with strength, vitality, and of course resistances. Unfortunately, the store clerk, the lopcock of a man-child, refused to sell me any worth their price. I eventually decided to buy something cheaper. After all, I have heard that the Lady Asusara is together with that Polish fellow. That one has the reputation of being quite the beard splitter. or so I've heard. I now had 73 Chaos Orbs left. To ensure that my outfit matched, I of course also got myself a Strength, Life and Resistances belt. To kick it up a notch, I also asked for one with elemental damage to attack. And any gentleman worth his salt knows that it highlights your crutch. This brought me to 68 Chaos Orbs. Now, as I don't like repeating myself, I will simply not talk about the next few purchases that I made. And unless you're completely daft, son, then you will probably know that I got Strength, Life and Resistances to properly match my remaining outfit. Oh, and I do know that there are some of you hedge whores and blunderbusses out there that don't understand. But I have no will nor desire to associate myself with your low intellectual status. So that's just too bad. The info can, after all, be looked up in the Path of Building link I have provided in the description below. Oh, what I don't do for you guys. So before I reveal how my epic fight went, and if that unlicked cup from YouTube was right, I do want to point attention to this magnificent hat that I bought in the store. I was serviced by this fine young gentleman, a British fellow of mine, of course. I think by the name of Tarky Cat. Curious name, I must say. But not only did he manage to find me a splendid hat, and jewels for that matter, but he and I are also very much alike, and I believe I have found a new friend in this cavalier of a gentleman. After having done all of my shopping, getting all the gear, getting all the jewels, everything, I am left at 48 Chaos Orbs. Meaning, I have spent the pathetic sum of only 52 Chaos Orbs. It was now time for my grand showdown, and I must admit, I felt a little awkward wearing equipment worth only 52 Chaos Orbs. I didn't feel as fast either as I usually do, nor did I deal as much damage. Far from it, actually. Oh, how the poor people can live with this is a mystery to me. Although I do guess they have a point in saying that, even with this budget, it is after all Guardian viable. Which is even better than the tier 15 guesstimation that handsome fellow lifting said. Now, unless you are a completely daft, young, poor man, I implore you to subscribe for more videos. Farewell for now.